Hi, this is Vince Gilligan, executive producer of Breaking Bad.
This is Betsy Brandt. I play Hank Schrader.
Oh, you do not.
Yes,
Betsy.
I do.
Bryan Cranston as Walter White is here.
RJ Mitte as Walter Jr.
Gennifer Hutchison as the writer of this episode.
Yay!
Hey, Jenny.
Hey, maybe we should start with that.
Yeah.
Let's talk about that success story.
That's quite a story. She didn't even speak or read English up until, I don't know, 18 months ago when you came to this country.
We're so proud.
Yeah.
We're so proud.
Where did you come from? What country was that?
Bolivia.
Bolivia?
Yes.
Really?
Yes.
Beautiful.
So Jenny was my wonderful assistant years and years ago. When did I meet you? It was 1999?
Yes, 1999.
And you were working on the X-Files. And that's where I met you. And then you were a writer's. No, what am I saying it for? You tell the story. You tell.
I was on X-Files, and then I just bounced from show to show like a gypsy. And then I ended up on Breaking Bad in the first season and was the writer's assistant. And then I, forced Vince to let me write a script.
I know. She does this thing with your thumb where she bends it backwards.
Oh, nice.
It's very painful. I passed out briefly.
Yes.
And you did a great job. You did a wonderful job writing this.
Thank you.
There is
Roll me further, bitch.
Eloquent.
That's
Eloquent.
a sample of her writing.
Yes.
Roll
There
me
you go.
further, bitch.
My mom was proudest. of that
Yes.
line.
I bet. I mean, she loved it.
what I love is Jenny is so sweet and cute and wonderful, as is Michelle McLaren, and both of them. Michelle is a director and Jenny is a writer. They write good tough guy stuff. Good right. By the way, this is as good a time as any if you enjoy Hank's blog on the AMC website. Know that was all written by Jenny here.
No.
Yes.
Really?
No, it was Hank.
I thought it was Walt Jr. for a little bit.
It was.
So all of that great, talk about that a little, Jenny, all that great tough guy dialogue.
Yes, it's fun. It is fun to get to be, a 40-something gruff macho DEA agent for, once a week, twice a week.
Thank you.
Very sexy.
Yes.
Just rocking it.
My dad is proudest of Hank's blog. So.
You introduced me to the term douche-tard.
I did.
And now he uses it lovingly.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a loving remark.
Yes.
I didn't know what I was until I heard that.
If that's all I ever do in this business, I'll know I've succeeded.
There's poor Aaron
Douche
Paul
time.
in his prosthetic eye and cheek pieces
Oh,
again.
God.
Yeah.
George's word?
He loves that.
It's tough. It takes him a couple hours to get that little eye patch on and then the makeup to make it look like a real wound.
And he has to wear it all day.
Frida Valenzuela does a terrific job.
Frida and Georgia. Is that
Yeah,
Yeah.
Georgia.
Georgia did.
Bye.
George.
Oh, that's right, Georgia did.
And but yeah, Frida's running the crew there, and they all do such a good job. There was something, wasn't there not? Was it on this episode where unfortunately he got one of his eyelashes tucked underneath,
Yes.
and so it was hurting him? You were there. What happened, Jenny?
Because his eye is free underneath they don't tape his eye shut underneath the prosthetic. His eyelashes, which are so long and luscious, happened to bend
Oh,
back.
wow.
Yeah, they did. They got in his eye, and he was in pain
no.
It was about a 12-hour day that he was
Jenny
in that.
has a crush on a boy.
Oh, you like Aaron Paul, huh?
Who doesn't like Aaron Paul?
Who doesn't?
Yeah.
I'd screw him.
Wow. Wow.
There's a line, and there's Vince going over the line.
And the story, and I think we all know how Aaron Paul got cast.
I should call him later and find out more.
There's David.
There's
David Costabile.
Yes, David is such a good actor.
I can assure
He's
you
so talented.
that will not happen.
And then there's the other guy with him. Who's the other guy?
I don't know who that is.
Man in Blue.
Just he looks good in blue right now.
Could you elaborate?
I love you guys together in this. I love this scene. This is
fun.
Yeah, this is fun.
Where Walt is trying to justify why he's letting him go, and trying to use an analogy of music.
I love what you do here.
I set up the entire lab.
Jazz.
Jazz.
You said
Yeah.
you liked the configuration, and I do. For the most part.
That's good.
Look, you're a fine
There's
chemist
Betsy's name.
Woohoo.
with a promising future.
So this is the second. I'm because we're recording these out of order. I'm forgetting. This is the second time. This is the third time we've seen Gail Baedeker. Bedecker, by the way, named after the wonderful director Bud Bedecker, who directed a bunch of low-budget westerns with Randolph Scott in the mid and late 1950s. Just a really talk about a macho guy. Bud Bedecker, in real life, before he was a director, he was a bullfighter. He was an amazing guy. He's a American,
matador?
A matador. He was an amazing guy who moved to, I guess it was Spain, but he was an American, and he just, that long line of tough guys like John Ford and John Huston, tough guy directors, but this guy I think was tougher than any of them, and just a great director, and has nothing at all whatsoever to do with Gail Bedecker's personality or personage or anything. We just love the name, and so we were basing it on Bud Bedecker. I like this bit. This is good.
I imagine Gail has run with the bulls, though.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
You have to.
Yeah. Has anybody here ever done that?
No.
No.
I'd kind of like to do that, but then again, I don't know.
I would, but it'd be my luck. Something would happen to me, so.
It would. I'd be like, this was a bad idea just before I got trampled.
Beverly Hills has a run with the poodles, which I've done twice.
Very good. So, what was it like being on the set for your very first produced episode of television, Jenny?
It was pretty exciting. There was that moment where I think it was a scene with Bryan and Aaron, and it was one of the first things we were shooting, and I just had that moment of, oh wow, I actually wrote that, and now they're saying it, and they're spending a lot of money to film it.
Yeah.
Followed immediately by panic, but no, it was very exciting.
Is this your first teleplay that you've
Yes,
seen
it is.
produced?
Yes.
Congrats.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And your first commentary then.
I know.
Wow, how exciting.
I'm glad to be.
I say it's going well so far.
I
Oh,
think
no.
so too. Then it's just downhill from here.
What could possibly go wrong?
And
A
then,
lot.
Oh, that's true. Well, yeah. And last year you wrote one of our webisodes. That was your first. That was the first thing you ever wrote for money, right?
Yeah, the webisodes that we did.
You wrote the one that the Bryan, you and Matt Jones learned in about 10 minutes, 5 minutes. It was the one where you were wearing the ski mask and trying to break into
Oh,
the...
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
That was a fun day.
I was going to say that it was really fun to do those.
That was and Jenny wrote that thing like a trooper, just knocked that thing out in about 5 minutes because we needed the thing we were going to shoot for some reason, a missing prop or something.
Right, something fell through or something,
fell
yeah.
through,
Yeah.
yeah. Probably a good time to talk
I
about.
love those boots, by the way.
Weren't those great boots?
They are awesome.
Aren't those great boots? And Kathleen DeToro, our wonderful costume designer, worked with a gentleman who's a jeweler and a very talented sculptor, and he sculpted those toe pieces in wax, those skull kick plates or whatever on the tips of those boots, sculpted them and then cast them in, I believe, sterling silver and really kind of a distinctive bit of wardrobe there.
Definitely.
Yeah. I don't think they had time to make the boots from scratch. I think they had to buy them.
No, they painted them.
Is that what they did?
No, yeah, they were original. I was there. I wanted a pair. I was trying to talk them into making me one, but no, they were originally white, solid white, and then they painted them
That's
and they made the color.
That's right, Kathleen. We like the texture of the leather, but we didn't like the white, so dyed them or painted them or something. Yeah, and then put those toe pieces on. You do such a good job here, RJ. I think this is. I love all you guys always in all these episodes. This episode is so full of wonderful emotion. I love what Bryan's doing here. Betsy, you and Anna, everybody here is just. This is so well done.
This is an awesome scene for everybody.
So you're kind of playing it there, RJ, like you're trying to be the man there, and you're trying not to cry, and I love that. It all comes through.
Definitely, it was definitely a great scene to see how the Walt family and the Schrader family would react in this situation. So
Yeah, really well done. Stephen Michael Quezada does a great job here.
And so does Mike, yeah.
Yeah,
He does.
Michael Seamus Wiles does a great job. This is the first time, Bryan, your character ever meets, I think, Hank's boss.
It is. And I had to be introduced to him, of course, because he wouldn't know. I would know who Gomez was from party situations and things like that, but it's closing in.
Yeah.
Gennifer Hutchison. She has to be different. The Gennifer with a G.
I know. Blame my parents.
And Colin
Buxey comes back.
who we need to speak of, who is a wonderful director.
I really like working with him.
He's a good guy. He's got the best voice. He is a wonderful Englishman. When he directs for us, this is the second time he directed last season. He directed that great episode in which Bryan, in which your character watched Jane die, watch her choke to death in her own vomit. He's very talented. And he comes over from England every time he does one of these. And he's got the best voice. I've said to him, when you're not directing, you ought to think about being a voiceover guy, because I can't even get even close to it. He has such a deep voice. It's a very great, very deep British voice. Plummy, I think is the word. Plummy voice. And he did a great job with. What was it like working with Colin, Jenny?
Colin was great. He was just really welcoming and collaborative, and because I was terrified, of course. And he's also a tall man.
He's very tall.
Yeah,
He wears nice scarves.
And
Yes.
he has awesome socks. Every time he comes to set with awesome
He's
socks.
got some flair.
He does.
Yes, no matter what he's wearing, suit or anything.
I love what you do here, Betsy. This is great. Just giving it to them both barrels.
I open up a can of whoop ass.
Well, this is really the first time that we see Marie unleashed, really. I mean, isn't it? I mean,
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really comes unhinged here, and for justifiable reasons.
Absolutely. What
It
was
was
it?
so fun to do.
I bet.
I loved that I got to do this with you, Jenny. I was so excited that you were writing the script, and I had so much to do in it, and it was just so great.
I was very excited that I got to write this scene too. It was so much fun, and you killed it in every take. I mean, you gave us so much amazing stuff.
Not every take. There was one that wasn't.
That one when Bryan wouldn't look at me, I struggled.
But fortunately, that wasn't, in the final
Bryan kept
cut.
singing. It was
It
very
worked out in
distracting.
the end.
I love this
I
turn
like this
here.
moment too.
Yeah. Nice.
Pinkman?
Because,
You look for someone to blame.
yeah.
Even hurt.
Especially when he was just at the hospital with him.
You hadn't bought marijuana from him.
And then the big turn of Anna, who does a wonderful job too. Anna, or rather her character Skylar, defending, surprising us all, defending her husband, who she's so angry at and bitter about. And yet instinctively she defends him.
Protects.
Yeah, this really one of the many things I love about this episode. And there's many things I love, and one of them is that we don't get a lot of chance anymore story-wise for the family to circle the wagons and come together since Walt and Skylar's estrangement. And this is really everyone circling the wagons and coming together as a family, and it's nice to see. It was fun to be able to talk it through in the writer's room, and Jenny did a great job with it, writing, and then you guys just crushed it with the acting. Here we are, Gomez giving blood. This one was shot by, this episode was shot by Peter Rainiers, our wonderful B camera operator. Usually our show is shot by Michael Slovis, who's our cinematographer, who does such an excellent job and has been twice Emmy nominated for his amazing work. But Michael was in the middle of prep on the next episode after this, which is episode 309, called Kafka-esque, which we've also done one of these audio commentaries for. So Michael was busy prepping, and therefore couldn't shoot this episode. So Peter Rainiers shot this one, and then he shot the following episode, Kafka-esque, and did a great job. He's just a wonderful, very talented DP. When he's not operating the camera, he can do it all. I love this bit, Bryan.
I do too.
Want to talk about writing this bit, Jenny?
Well, this was a fun scene because we talked about it so much in the room that it was such an important moment to sort of highlight that looking for control in a, out of when you have no control over the situation. And we really, really wanted to highlight this and Walt's kind of particular way of fixing things.
Yeah.
And then when we were shooting it, it was great because we actually hadn't scripted it that it took 2 times. And I love that it didn't quite work the first time. And so you take it and you do it again. I love that. I was silently like squeeing in my chair. Yeah.